These are mistakes you should avoid in 2025 if you want to grow healthy, long, luscious looking hair. This is a video you will like to watch. Ensure you stay to the end because I know you don't want to miss out. So first off, ensure that you don't use excess heat on your hair. I know some people like using flat iron, they like using hot comb and the rest, right? Ensure that you don't use heat in excess, right? Try as much as possible to use heat protectant anytime you want to use heat, because you don't want heat damage on your hair strands, right? Moving on, I know that everybody loves braids to a large extent. People love the knotless braids, the knot braids, everything braids, right? But try to do more of low manipulative hairstyles like your mini braids and mini twists. In as much as you want to do the braids, there should be a limit to it, because you're always pulling your hair from your scalp and the likes, and some of you do it way often than you should actually do it. Try as much as possible not to have excess oil on your scalp. Oil is actually a breeding place for dandruff, so you don't want your scalp to be overloaded with oils, right? If you notice that your scalp is showing signs of dandruff, itchiness and all, treat that problem. Work on treating that problem. Don't ignore it and allow it to become worse over time. If you have dandruff, try and get anti-dandruff shampoo, anti-dandruff cream. If you have itchy scalp, get a product that has mint and the likes that would help you to soothe the itch, right? Moving on, try as much as possible to trim split ends. Split ends are like ends that are not useful at all. They are just there and they're causing more damage than good to your hair strands. So once you notice you have split ends, trim it off so that you can see the healthy hair that you actually have on your scalp, as opposed to the parts that are not useful anymore, right? So don't skip trimming your split ends. Moving on, your edges is actually very, very fragile. This edge line you're seeing is very fragile, so you don't want to do hairstyles that will cause tension and make you lose it, because it's one thing to easily lose your edges and it's another thing to actually grow it back. It takes longer time to grow back, speaking from experience. So you don't want to do hairstyles that will cause you your edges that you will need to grow over time again, right? Prevention, they say, is better than cure. Moving on, try as much as possible to stretch out your hair without heat. You can use African thread. I'll insert a picture here so you can see what African thread looks like. You can use it as opposed to your usual straightening comb or straightener, whatever you guys call it. You can do African thread. It is very, very helpful and it will not cause damage over time. Avoid the use of excessive protein treatments. Now, I know it is good for us to have protein to strengthen our hair, because our hair is primarily made of protein called keratin. But when there's protein overload, it could make your hair very dry, very brittle, which could lead to breakage. So just listen to what your hair actually needs. Like, pay attention to your hair. If your hair is in need of a protein treatment, that is when you should opt in for a protein treatment. If your hair is in need of moisture, probably it is dry, brittle, rough or the likes, provide it with moisture. Whatever your hair needs at that point in time, give it to it, but don't overly put those products on your hair, because that's when there's an issue. They said too much of anything is a problem, so you don't want to overdo things, right? Just do things at minimal. Do what is enough at that time, right? There are so many trending hairstyles that we see online, offline, that we want to try out, but it could actually cause harm than good to our hair in general. Try as much as possible to desist from the urge to always change the trending hairstyles every time, because most of them could actually cause tension to your scalp. Most of them could not be actually suitable for your type of hair strands and the likes. So just do what works, and that is prioritizing low manipulative hairstyles. And yeah, so that's just basically it. Try to avoid the mistakes I mentioned and do what I said you should do instead, and see your hair thrive over time. Alright guys, so I'll see you in my next. I remain your favorite hair coach. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and get the ebook. The links in the description box. I'll see you in my next. Bye.
You can bank on it. You can put 100 grand on it. Anything I said, I'll stamp on it. In a private plane, I lamp on it. Lele oh, then they call me Bankole. Cause I walk around with the bank on him. Show them Gangnam Style, put the gang on him.